The galactic trade station Nexus 7 had seen countless species pass through its gleaming corridors over the centuries, but nothing had prepared Security Chief Vexithal for the sight before him, a human, one of those curious newcomers to the galactic community, stood at the security checkpoint with two Krelith cubs perched on his shoulders. The creature's silver fur bristled slightly, their 6 eyes blinking in the station's artificial light. Their razor-sharp claws, capable of shredding titanium plating, kneaded gently against the human's jacket. "Sir?" Vexthal's mandibles clicked nervously, his hand hovering near his plasma disruptor. "Are they cleared?" The human, who had introduced himself as Marcus Chen from Earth, looked up with an expression of mild confusion. "Cleared? Oh, you mean quarantine protocols?" "Yeah. We went through the whole medical screening 3 hours ago. Got the stamps and everything." He gestured vaguely toward his datapad. "That's not..." Vexthal's translator struggled with his mixture of standard galactic and panicked chittering. "Sir, those are Krelith. Apex predators. Category 5 danger classification." Marcus glanced up at the cubs, who chirped contentedly. "These little guys? They're just babies." "Just babies?" Vexthal's forearms trembled. He had fought in the contested Rim Wars. He had faced down pirates and smugglers. But this was beyond his comprehension. "Sir, a fully grown Krelith can tear through a combat mech. Those babies could decapitate you with a single swipe." "Nah, they're sweethearts." Marcus reached up and scratched one behind what Vexthal assumed were its auditory receptors. The cub's purr resonated through the checkpoint, causing several nearby traders to freeze in terror. Found them orphaned on Krelor 6. Their mom had been killed by poachers. Couldn't just leave them there. Vexithal's secondary hearts began palpitating. This was impossible. The Krelith were known throughout the galaxy as untamable killing machines. Their homeworld was quarantined. Military forces gave their territories wide berths. And yet this human wore them like decorative accessories. "How are you still alive?" Vexthal whispered. Marcus shrugged, causing both cubs to adjust their grips. "I fed them, kept them warm, played with them a bit. Standard pet care, really. They imprinted on me pretty quick." "Pet care?" The concept translator in Vexthal's helmet sparked slightly, as if rejecting the very notion. "These are not pets. These are weapons of biological warfare." "Everything's a weapon if you're creative enough," Marcus said cheerfully. "But Luna and Sol here," he gestured to each cub in turn, "they're family." At that moment, Ambassador Threlkan of the Zephyrian Collective approached the checkpoint. The Zephyrians were one of the oldest species in the galactic community, their diplomatic corps legendary for maintaining peace across sectors. Threlkan took one look at the scene, and his chromatophores flashed through several colors that Vexthal's translator identified as shock, disbelief, academic curiosity, and amusement. "Ah," Threlkan said, his voice like wind chimes, a human with Krelith young. "How fascinating and absolutely terrifying." "Ambassador," Vexthal said desperately, "surely there are protocols, regulations." "Technically," Threlkan mused, his tentacles forming what might have been a shrug. "The Krelith are not restricted from station access. They're simply considered too dangerous for anyone to transport. Until now, apparently." Marcus smiled. "See? We're good." "How did you survive the initial encounter?" Threlkan asked, his academic interest overriding diplomatic caution. "They were scared and alone," Marcus explained. "I just talked to them. Showed them I wasn't a threat. Shared my food. Their language is mostly body language and vocalizations. After a few days, we understood each other well enough." Vexithal's tactical implant was screaming warnings about the Krelith's killing potential, biological specifications, documented attacks. Yet the cubs merely yawned, displaying rows of crystalline teeth that could pierce starship hulls, then nuzzled closer to Marcus's neck. "The humans have a saying," Threlkan said quietly to Vexithal. "I believe it is relevant here. Hold my beer." "I don't understand," Vexthal admitted. "Neither do I entirely. But from what I've learned about humans in our brief association with them, they have a peculiar talent for befriending the unbefriendable, surviving the unsurvivable, and generally making the impossible look routine." Threlkan's chromatophores shifted to a color indicating profound respect. They domesticated wolves on their homeworld, apex predators, and turned them into companions. They live with creatures they call cats that barely tolerate them, They keep venomous reptiles as pets for enjoyment. That's insane, Vexthal muttered. Perhaps. Or perhaps humans simply refuse to accept that something cannot be done merely because it never has been before. Marcus had been patiently waiting during this exchange, occasionally murmuring to the cubs in a mixture of Earth languages and Krelith vocalizations. Luna, or possibly Sul, Vexthal couldn't tell them apart, extended a paw and gently patted Marcus's cheek with claws retracted. "So," Marcus said finally, "can we proceed? I've got a meeting with the Xenobiological Research Division. They want to study human Krelith bonding patterns." Vexthal looked at his datapad, then at the human, then at the apex predators wearing what he swore looked like contentment. Every regulation said he should deny passage. Every instinct screamed danger. Every tactical protocol demanded quarantine. But the cubs were cleared medically. The human had proper documentation. And somehow, impossibly, this ridiculous situation was actually happening. "Proceed," Vexthal said weakly, waving them through. As Marcus walked past with his improbable companions, Threlkon leaned closer to Vexthal. "Mark my words, Chief, in a few decades, humans will have Krelith serving in their diplomatic corps, their military, perhaps even their police forces. That's impossible." "So was this, 5 minutes ago." Threlkon gestured toward Marcus's retreating form. "Humans don't conquer through superior firepower. Chief, they conquer through the audacity of friendship." Vexthal watched the human disappear into the station's crowds, two of the galaxy's most dangerous predators purring on his shoulders like common house cats. He would need to file a report about this. He had no idea where to begin.